Oh, well, look at this. This place is actually pretty big. This is cool. Yeah, we're going pretty fast. And now here's the part where I guess we really start to see things that you wouldn't see from just walking around. Hello and welcome to Hello. I am Clutch, where I am here today just a little bit west of Denver to go to the Tiny Town and Railroad. Now, this is the perfect combination of things for me because I love miniatures, tiny towns, anything like that, and I love railroads. And this place apparently has both of them. So I'm really excited to take you around with me, show you everything they have here, which includes apparently 100 or so different buildings and houses that you can see and look into, which sound really, really fun to me. Plus, we can go on a little bit of a train ride. So please follow me. So tickets were $5 to get in here, and you can see there's a whole bunch of tiny town over there, and we're seeing the train actually go around, so maybe we'll get lucky. There's a little kind of, what's the word, roundhouse over here, which is great. It is starting to drizzle, so if this gets cut short, you'll understand why. But let's go ahead and start looking around at some of the tiny houses that we can find. So it looks like they are going to actually try to run the train, so I think we're going to try to hop along and see if we can get a fun ride around Tiny Town to start with. Okay, we just got on the train. I hadn't actually bought a ticket yet. They said I should buy one afterwards. I will obviously do that because it is drizzling just a bit, but this is adorable. They had to squeegee it for me, which I think was great. There's actually a cute little caboose in the back over here, which I think is quite amazing. If you're a child, you can actually go in the caboose. But I'm an adult child, so I cannot fit. But anyway, let's go for a fun, albeit drizzly, ride around Tiny Town. All right, we got the all aboard. We got the drizzles. I did not bring my rain jacket. This is gonna be interesting. But at least this will give us a quick tour, because if it starts to downpour and I can't get more of this, at least we're gonna get a ride around, because I'm on this now. There's no choice. Clutch away! So you can see that there's a whole bunch behind like little bars and things, but again, once we get a little bit farther into it, we can walk through this town and really see a lot more of this. But this is really great. And look at that. Yes. Clutch is riding a train in the rain. Oh my gosh. I got kind of the whole car to myself, which is really nice, so kind of unobstructed view, so I'm really gonna give you a good view around here. Give you a quick once-over of this entire place. This is wonderful. And a little tree coverage there, so that kind of helps, but this is basically the fast version of Tiny Town, so I'm loving this. So there might be a few pauses here, because I might shush for a second just so you can enjoy this. I might not, I don't know. It's starting to come down a bit. Waving hi to everyone. One of my favorite things about trains is that you can wave hi and people will wave hi back. And it's one of the only times that'll really, really happen. If you're walking along the street and you wave hi to people, they think you're weird. If you're on a train and you say hi, everyone's happy to say hi. It's great. Oh, well, look at this. This place is actually pretty big. This is cool. Now it is really starting to come down a little bit, which is unfortunate for Clutch. Once again, I swear I thought I was gonna bring my rain jacket and I forgot to do it. But look at all these fun buildings here. This is great. So it looks like we will be able to walk through and get a closer view again if the rain slows down a little bit. Hopefully that's the case. I mean, a little rain never hurt anyone, but as Robin Williams did once say, a lot might kill ya. That's a Jumanji reference. Anyway, there's a cute little playground here for the little kiddos to go around, so if the tiny town's not cutting it for them, you got a playground. Again, I'm giving you the full commentary version of this train ride. Now we're kind of up in the mountains a little bit, just to give you that understanding. So we're about 6,000 feet above sea level. So it is a little cooler than the city. And we got a cute little bridge here. I like this. And now here's the part where I guess we really start to see things that you wouldn't see from just walking around. So we got a big house down there, and on the right we got a few things here. It's going by pretty fast. And I can't tell if we're going faster because of the fact, oh, we got Boot Hill up there. I know, I'm kind of just all over the place here. We're going kind of fast, I wonder, because of the rain, but Turnerville, 23.5 critters for this population. That's wonderful, I love this. Oh, big log kind of cabiny thing up there. Lots of things. Oh, look at this! Look at that! It's Burma Shave! I love that. That's those old classic roadside stuff. Look at all these cute things. Yeah, we're going pretty quick here, but look at this. We got a nice little tunnel to get out of the rain for a second. Hey, hey! Woo! Fantastic. We got that cathedral. That is a real cathedral near Colorado Springs, which is very cool. That's a model of it. Yeah, we're going pretty fast here. We just passed the Land of Oz. There's a bunch of turtles. You're getting the quick tour. We got a nice mural here. Whew, I am not speeding this up, but it feels like I am speeding this up. And then up on this hill, a lot of great tiny town stuff. You got like a mine, got a big Coors train up there. Some of it's kind of hard to see because we're going at breakneck speed here, but it is adorable. I'm loving this. There's a little, what's that, a wagon, and then there's some more like lawn stuff, more lawn stuff, and now we're entering Tweety Town Estates. That's what this is Tweety Town Estates. As you can see, a lot of birdhouses, which is very cute, very adorable. And yeah, there's so much wonderful stuff on this. There's so much to see. It almost feels like it deserves a few extra rides. So now we got Dinosaur's Head. This is Dinosaur Hill. Look at all these dinosaurs. That's amazing. It just feels like a big kid playground for the young at heart. I don't know. I'm really enjoying this. It is relatively simple but perfect in that way. And then we got another great bridge here with some cool trestles. Love a good trestle bridge. And now we're coming to, I guess, a seaside town because we got a lighthouse up there. There's a little log store. There's Sky Village, and some more cute things. And yes, great. We got a wonderful little ride. I'm glad they did it in the rain a little bit because I was a little worried we were not going to get to at least go on the train today. But I'm so glad we got to do this. Still a little bit more here on this ride. You can see, so this was about a 5-minute round trip. I read online that it was around a 9 to 10 minute trip, so I do wonder if they go a little slower, more like the speed we're going now when it's not raining like this. So I don't know for sure, but I kind of slightly assume we went a little fast there because of the rain. So I still had a great time. I'm not soaked, I'm drizzled heavily, but that was great. So now I think we're gonna try to hold off for the rain to stop just a little bit here, and then we'll walk around Tiny Town and get a closer look at a lot of those fun things that we just saw. While the train is sitting here, I did want to get a closer look at that caboose for you because I know I gave you just a flash before, but you can see there's actually like little benches you can kind of see inside there for kids to sit on, so it does say children only. I would love to try to fit in this thing. This is adorable that you can do this. Now, I've actually been in a real caboose before where you get to ride up top, and that was a lot of fun. That was adult size. It is much bigger, but this was a lot of fun, and I had a great time. But anyway, let's move on to Tiny Town. Wanted to really quickly just step out just to show you the actual prices of everything, because I think I said it was $5, but that's for adults, kids, 13 and up. So 2 to 12 is $4, I guess. Probably under 2 is free, and the train rides 2 years and up is for, so basically everybody who goes on the train, it is $4. So just wanted to point that out. So I totally forgot that I had an umbrella in the car, so I went back to the car and got the umbrella. So this is gonna be a good day. So right away, this is pretty cool. They have the Addams Family house. So look at this thing. It looks just like in the movies or the cartoon or the comic strip, whichever version that you know. This is pretty cool to see here. I'm already loving this so much. Again, I think you just kind of walk around, see a whole bunch of fun little buildings, and you see these fun like things. And first of all, to get the Addams Family house, quite a treat. Something I forgot to mention that's fun about all these is I believe you can kind of look inside the windows and peek in, and like you can see Gomez and Morticia in there. And so I think as we go around, we will see kind of lots of little fun things like this creepy guy over here poking through. And so really going through all these things is going to be a lot of fun to just kind of like explore and peek into. Oh, and there goes the train. They're going for another ride there. Hello. See, everyone waves. It's so great. Okay, one person waved. It was still pretty great. And you see there's that kid. It's full of kids in there. That's great. Wonderful. Anyway, now that I got my actual umbrella here, we are safe. Goodbye, train. I can't come back. Don't know how it works. All right, so there is a lot to look at here. If you look at this big thing here, so they have some things on the outside that actually sometimes tell you what you're looking at. So this is a Denver Fire Department. And again, you can kind of peek in, or actually, if I bend down, I'm old. Let's see, I bend down, you can kind of look inside. That's pretty cool. You're seeing this better than I can, because I'm moving the camera down there, because I can't bend that far, especially while holding an umbrella. And then here we have the Bank and Mint. And again, you can kind of peek inside a little bit. It looks a little decrepit. All right, now we're really getting to the meat and potatoes of the whole place. So there is a lot of buildings, as we saw when we went by before. This is wonderful. This is adorable. So we got a tiny town gas station. You got some cars inside of there. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'm gonna point out literally every single building because, again, the rain, and that would take a long time, but look at this. I just love the size of this thing. Like, it's obviously not, it's like, I mean, it's big. I don't know what size to say. I was gonna put it in a scale, but I didn't know its scales at all. But I just love that you can kind of peek inside the rooms. Sorry, it says rooms. You can peek inside the windows and see a lot of fun stuff here. And you got a pool hall, so they put a little pool table down there. That actually looks like billiards to me. Moving along, we got a FedEx Express building, and looks like there's so much fun stuff inside of here. It's just fun to peek in. I like that part of it, that they have like the peek in ability. So like this one even has one, and again, it's a little rainy, so hard to see, but like you can look in on the roof here and look in that way. And it's just, it's fun. I like it. It's great. So we got a grocery store, we got Gump Glass. I almost said, I don't know what I almost said. I almost said something else. Not that. Anyway, then we got Soapy Smith's. This is, oh, see the face on the bar room floor? The face on the bar room floor. Are we seeing what they're talking about? Can you see in there? It's hard to see that. Not seeing the face. If you see it, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you saw the face. But again, there's just so much to peek at here. And I love this. Got some genuine imitation. So this seems to be basically a dollhouse tiny house of doll houses and tiny houses? Is it tiny town inception? I really feel like I'm just gonna kind of slowly walk around here, give you the full tour. Poke in where we can and just see the fun things. It's just fun to look at. It's fun to do it. I kind of actually like, oh, look at this. We got your chiropractics. Love this. We got the Tiny Town Museum of History and Science. That's what that little sign says up there. So like, it looks like there's some fun stuff inside, like dinosaurs and such, which obviously would be part of what you'd see in a science museum. We got Donna's place here, cute little theater, now playing Chaplin. Now, I didn't point it out, but this place, Tiny Town, on the sign, you might have seen at the very start, said this is established in 1915, which explains why they're playing a Chaplin picture. As we continue on, we got a cute little library facade here, and we got kind of a Carpinelli's rooming house. The room's only 50 cents. That's a heck of a deal. Now, if it does feel like I'm moving kind of fast, I do apologize a little bit there. I think the rain coming in, me holding an umbrella, has thrown me off just a little bit. But I wanted to give you like a really good visual tour of this place. I can't remember if I already said it or I was about to say it. I keep cutting myself off because I'm all over the place, but I really enjoyed going on the train ride first. I think going on the train ride was nice because you got to see a quick version of what you're about to see. It was almost like a little preview. And so I'll kind of give a reassessment at the end, but as of now, I think taking the train first was the right call. Well, this is kind of cool here. This is apparently the American Gothic house. So you see the American Gothic painting. I feel like it's a pretty famous one. And then you look right there, and that's the front of it. So it would be fun if they put like some American Gothic people right in front just to give it that full idea there. But I think it's cool that we have it here, and they have a little sign. Again, sorry, it's a pretty old sign here, but it kind of tells you the history of this place. So every now and again, they have these little signs that kind of give you some more context, and I do appreciate that. Continuing along, we got some pretty big houses here. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I like that this is one of the bigger houses we've seen so far. So that's pretty great. We got a bit of a greenhouse over here, which is really, really cute. I guess this is Robin's flower shop. So that's quite adorable. And then over here, we got this town. I keep reading before speaking. To save Tiny Town, have fun. Please don't climb on, sit on, hit, or kick buildings. So I can understand why we want to make sure, like, let's save the Tiny Town, please. Don't kick it. Don't be a giant around here and be a menace. What are you silly person. So this says it is Pleasant Park School and it was built in 1894. Now, I don't know if they mean that this school was built in 1894, or like the actual one, or this particular building. Either way, getting a little hard to see because of the rain on top right now, but there's a bunch of school desks in there. Maybe from the side might be a little bit better. Yeah, there you go, a little bit better there. But I love that. This is great. This is fantastic. Now, just going back a little bit, I want to take a closer look at that flower shop. There's just a little bit of activity around, and I wanted you to get a closer look. So this is Robin's Flower Shop. They got a nice little sign there to tell you all about that. And then again, we got this greenhouse out in back and a flower shop at the front. I can actually kind of use the umbrella to point, so I don't have to use my hand. Wow. Okay, so there's the flower shop. There's the greenhouse. Anyway, it is really cool. It is full of flowers and things like that, and I think that is adorable. But then back at that big building that we saw, it's kind of like a little street, kind of. You can walk down this, and there's like a big barn. There's some homes. So many fun things. Like, honestly, if you really wanted to take the time to peek in, you could be here for quite some times. It looks like down here, again, down, yeah, they are doing a little square dancing. Look at that, they're literally in a square. Do you see that? Is that how square dancing used to actually work? I was taught this in like elementary school, but we never actually did it in a square. What? Continuing along, I feel like we've kind of seen now the first half-ish. I don't know, but we entered this cute little wooded area. This is just adorable. It's kind of like a nice little hike. I mean, again, this is not really far from Denver. This is just, I would say, within a half an hour outside of Denver, not even, which is great because it's nice and close and relatively cheap. But I just like this. Like, all these trees are just... It's always nice to walk among the trees. I don't really film my hikes a lot. I actually do hike quite a bit. I love going for hikes around the woods and the mountains and such, but usually that's not so much an attraction, so those don't get filmed too much. But what's fun when you are hiking is sometimes you discover some weird things like that face. What? In this little wooded section, they have kind of all these really old pictures of what Tiny Town used to look like, and some of these are really cool. They actually have multiple boards over here showing you that, but just trying to go closer, like this looks like it is a picture of Tiny Town from 1925, and given when I'm filming this, that means this is a picture that's over 100 years old. That is pretty cool. So I kind of like this this appreciation of their own history. I always love when they show that, and getting to see these pictures from quite some time ago. And there is kind of a key on here to let you know what you're looking at. So like this is 17, Tiny Town Pioneers. This is apparently in the 1920s. Again, really old history with this place, which is really cool. So when you look at everything that is here, that extra bit of context, knowing how old some of this is, that some of these buildings, I think they really were built like 100+ years ago, is pretty impressive. So like we've got a big like kind of grand cathedral church here. Oh, it looks like we might be able to poke in at the top. Let's see. Oh, it looks like you could go fully in on the other side. Oh yeah, they got like full benches in there. That's pretty amazing. Again, some of these, if I wasn't having an umbrella, I might try to go in, but it's a little hard. But then you got this big house. Now this looks more like, I'll be honest, this one looks a little like it's from like a horror movie, like Cabin in the Woodsy, and for that reason, I love it. I like this one. This one is pretty grand. I like this. So this is, I guess, an exact replica. That's harder to say than I thought. Exact replica of White Fence Farm as it looked in 1953. And so they want you to kind of note the detail of some of the things like the roofing, the windows, the doors, the chimneys. So there's lots of little things in here that are just, it's what I love about miniatures in general, or tiny towns, if you will, is that the longer you look, you start to see more details, or you might notice things you weren't really noticing until you look closer. And I like that the sign kind of helps you figure out like what to look for. But also it's just big. This is huge. I like, if this was like inside, it would need a lot of room. So I just kind of appreciate just like kind of the scale of some of this stuff. Over here we got a Meyer Hardware, just a cute little hardware store. And then over here, the original Home Depot. But seriously, folks, this is the Tiny Town Home Depot project. Apparently this was dedicated to the citizens of Tiny Town in July of 2010. So I don't know actually the history of Home Depot. That's an interesting one. I wonder if this is like an actual replica. Does it? I should go back in. Does it say something there? It's dedicated. It says who did it. No history of an actual Home Depot. That's okay. I think this is adorable because, you know, there's a plaque there, and as we say in Hello, I'm Clutch, always read the plaque. And then up here, we get kind of a big windmill. I like that. That is cute. We got an opera house. This feels like you're seeing like pieces of small town USA. I think that's what's really doing it for me here. Something I love to do when I can, and it doesn't happen often, is when I'm on a driving trip, purposely not taking highways or main roads so that I can possibly drive through small towns. I think driving through small towns is lovely. I think seeing them can be quite adorable, and this is like walking through a small town. So that is scratching that itch really well. Because I love kind of old town America. I love seeing like the streets of yesterday, or like if you go watch my video from the House on the Rock, my favorite attraction of all time, they literally have an inside Streets of Yesterday section that's wonderful. That basically is like on a different scale replicating the idea of this. It's like why we like Main Street USA and Disney, all those things. So I think that's why this itch is being scratched. That's what appealed to me about this, is that it's small town America in walkable form, which I guess small town America usually is walkable to begin with. But this is obviously, I mean it differently. Anyway, and here we have something called Megan's Mansion. And I really like this. I like this. It has kind of a gothic architecture vibe kind of going for it, like a really like old home. And I like seeing real big old homes like this. But I like the purple and the yellow of it, and like the architecture of it. It kind of reminds me of the Haunted Mansion a little bit, I think is why I like it. It has that kind of vibe, more like Mystic Manor, if you know that ride. So that's a nice cute one. But I just like these old homes, these old looking homes that are just grand and big, and it's fun. Over here just looks like a big dog house. Not much to say about that other than I don't want to be in it. And then continue around that little part right there. We got just a few more things. We got, I guess, the Evergreen Elks compound place here. I like that it says that the address, if this is supposed to be the address, is 2363 and a half. I kind of like the half there. And we got, looks like another church, but we got like a bell tower up there, which I think is pretty great. And yeah, that was, this again, just walking around this is really great. I totally missed this. Look at this. I got the tiny town jail. It's like a, I was so focused on these buildings over here before that I totally forgot the tiny town jail. Look at that tiny town jail. And I think if you go around, bear with me. I do kind of sound like a bear. I didn't mean bear with me like that. Sorry. Anyway, on the back, for the kids, again, because I could not fit in there even if I wanted to, you can have the kids go in the tiny town jail. It'd be hilarious. Haha, hey, kids in jail. Comedy. The sun will come out today. Bet your bottom dollar that today there'll be sun. Because when I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, I can't believe I had to ride the train in the rain. I picked the one time to ride the train in the rain. I definitely can't sing. Now, while a lot that we saw from the train can really only be seen well from the train, if you come up to kind of this cute little creek area, you can actually, if you see, you can kind of peek back in there and you can check out some of those other things. Now, I don't feel like you get as good of a view from over here. That's the fun of the train, but you're able to look a little bit more stably, not like zooming past as we were on the train. So while the train, I feel like my commentary was quite chaotic, I hope you enjoyed the chaos of it. It was fun, but yeah, you can still, even if you don't go on the train, you still can kind of see some of the other things there. Just a warning, stay out of the creek, you filthy animal. There really is quite a lot to see here. Again, if you take the time to like look in each house and give it a moment, there is a lot. Now it is really kind of a there and back situation. It's not like one big circle. So if you miss something on your way all the way out to the end, you might catch it on the way back. So there's so much to see. It's really nice being along this creek as we're going back. Again, you get to see little pieces of what you would have seen better on the train, but it's nice to be near the creek and in the mountains a little bit. So this is absolutely lovely. This tiny house is huge. And kind of like I said, as I'm walking back, I'm catching a few more small things. Like over here, we got a nice little sign that says the store was built back in 1989, and this was originally in Black Hawk, Colorado, which is another mountain town. relatively close. But again, it's just like a big dollhouse that you can kind of peek inside and see things, and I don't know, I love this. I like the little bit of context that we get sometimes to know, like, what is this supposed to be, when it was built. Like, I can see on the door here, it does say this is an 1839, oh no, sorry, I thought it was built in 1839. That's the address, but actually, no, over here. Look, Dr. Sawyer's Office for General Surgery. So I guess this might have been like a doctor's building way back in the day. Yeah, I like these little contexts, and I like when they have this big open thing at the top, and you can peek inside and sometimes see something. So this is continually very fun. I'm really enjoying this. And then I think I finally found actually the main drag of the place, because we got the general store down here where you got your shopping for like groceries and some delicious things over here. And then we got the hardware store, so just panning out for a sec, there's the hardware store. Oh my god, look at all that stuff. They got Allen wrenches, gerbil feeders, toilet seats, electric heaters, trash compactors. Wow, so many things. I was trying to do the Weird Al song, but knowing that part and singing it out loud is really difficult. Even he doesn't do it live, so cut me some slack. Just some more views across the way from the train where you can see it go, and now we can I love that again, way up there you can see some mining stuff where in Colorado history there's quite a lot of mines in the region. Not so much caves. I do love a good cave tour, but mine tours, definitely, those exist around here. So to see that kind of represented in the hillside there is still pretty cool to me. Actually, something I forgot to say before because we're going so fast. So we see that little guy right up there. That is, again, is a train car with cores on it, which I love. If you've ever watched my video of me going to the Colorado Railroad Museum, they have basically a big version of that, or a big Coors Place, like train car, which is really cool. So check that video out if you haven't seen it before. There's a little click thing in the top right corner to go jump to that if you wanted to, or check it out after this one. But just, I like seeing the small version, knowing that there's the big version somewhere out there. Somewhere over the rainbow. As I cross back over the train tracks, I'm noticing there's I got so excited about crossing the train tracks, I missed this. I was so excited about the garden before, and we got another tiny town greenhouse. And so this one's actually a little bit bigger, but I don't know, I like the tiny houses, but the greenhouse situation here, I'm liking that just a smidge more. I think the brightness of it and the glass and like nature of it is kind of neat, and I think this is just adorable. All this that they have here, this is wonderful. And they even have a few more things at the front here. So like they got, let's see, O'Mara Green Motor Co. So like kind of cars. There's a bunch of cars in there. Kind of reminds me of going to the Volo Museum, which has many cars. And then we got a lumber company and a rubber company. They got everything in this town. So kind of back near the front, I wanted to take a closer look at that roundhouse that we saw before, and they got the turntable here. And this is great. Like, it looks like it might actually be in working order, but like this is fantastic. I love this. And there's kind of a few more little things over there. You got kind of some Thomas the Tank Engine stuff. You got this amazing dragon for some reason over here. Like, look at this amazing dragon. What's he doing there, being all dragony and dragon-like? It's funny. I've been to another place in the Colorado Mountains, Bishop's Castle, that also had a dragon situation. Go watch that video if you like to as well. That's a fun one. You can click on that one in the corner right now. Ooh, there it is. Anyway, if you go there later, you'll see kind of a metal sculpture of a dragon that can breathe fire. I wasn't there when it was breathing fire, but it was still pretty cool. Now over here, I did want to point out, if you're spending a lot of time here, they do have some food. They got this nice little menu up here. This is Elvira's place, I guess. They got, looks like hot dogs and ice cream and some other things over here. So if you're here for a long time like I have, I've been here almost 45 minutes and you need something to eat, they got you covered. And of course, they have a little bit of a depot and gift shop. Now, we did not actually exit through the gift shop, so that is a turn of events. Not too much in the gift shop, but I did have to point out these absolutely adorable Christmas ornaments. Oh my gosh, it just, the cuteness got me. And here, just from across the street, is a nice, wide, sweeping view of this amazing little tiny town. It goes pretty far. It's pretty good there. But what's really fun is right across in the parking lot, you got a full-size train caboose, a big green one. And it looks like you got chairs up there. I love riding in a caboose. This is absolutely fantastic. I love that this big one is here just to complement the tiny ones. And of course, now that the sun is fully out, I'm at the end of my time here at the tiny town and railroad. So just want to thank you so much for coming along with me. This was a great little place. I love this. Again, it was only about $5 for adults to get in. You don't have to ride the train if you don't want to. Spend as much time in the entire place as you want, walking around. So it is awesome. Now, it is only open, I believe, between Memorial Day and Labor Day, so it definitely is a summer activity. So get here when you can. It is a lot of fun. Now, if you did enjoy going around with me while I rambled and was trying to, at first, dive through it all before the rain got me, which it clearly never fully did. I'd love to see you in another one of my fun videos where I have a whole set of videos about trains. If you were here for trains, you can watch there. And if you were here because you want to see some Colorado adventures, got a whole set of videos right there for you. So hopefully I'll see you in one of the videos that I got around there. But until then, I will say goodbye. I am still Clutch.